89 TCM Shop.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Silent Sunday Night. Tonight, from MGM in 1926, directed by King Vidor, we have an action-packed adventure romance, Bardelys the Magnificent. The story is set in France during the reign of King Louis XIII, with silent heartthrob John Gilbert starring in the title role. Gilbert isn't as well remembered today as some of his contemporaries, but there was a time during the 20s when Gilbert was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. He had an enviable nickname for much of his silent career. He was known as the Great Lover, and women in particular consistently lined up to see his pictures. Well, he may have been the great lover, I don't know. What we do know is that Gilbert had trouble getting along with certain people, most notably his boss at MGM, studio head Louis B. Mayer. Mayer came to despise Gilbert. He hated that. According to Gilbert's contract, the studio had to pay him $250,000 per movie in a six-picture deal. That's close to $10 trillion in today's money, I think. Anyway, it was a lot of money. Ultimately, Mayer began giving Gilbert inferior scripts and assigning him top projects with lesser directors, some believe in an effort to sabotage Gilbert's career. But all that came later in Gilbert's career. In the mid-1920s, John Gilbert was at the peak of his fame, and this is one of two films he made with director King Vidor in 1926, the other being La Boheme. For decades, Bardelys the Magnificent was considered a lost classic, but 9 years ago a print turned up in France, and here it is, magnificently restored, with production stills and footage from a trailer filling in a missing section. From MGM in 1926, also featuring Eleanor Boardman and Ron Darcy. It's this week's Silent Sunday Night Classic, also with John Wayne in an uncredited role. He was 19, this was just his second film. Here's Bardelys the Magnificent.